Hi guys, Elizabeth here with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. You're about to see another amazing soulful, love-filled energy video on twin flames. But I wanted to say hi, send some love, send some energy, and let you know a little bit about who we are if you're new to our channel. Joanne and I are both in permanent relating experiences with our twin flames. We have been through it all. The dark night, the separation, the push and pull, and we've learned how to balance our twins back in, and not only balance them back in, but we are now in permanent relating experiences with them for years, and we balance this energy every single day. And our soul purpose, our life's mission, is to teach other beautiful souls how to get to the state of balanced energy, not only to magnetize your person back in, but to feel amazing and start feeling that God source energy, love, that is what you are. So if you found our channel, hit subscribe. This is the place for you if you really want to know how to work with the energy of this connection. Like, we don't play around on this channel. We do truth bombs after truth bombs of what the energy really looks like in a twin flame connection. And we're here to share it with you guys because we want you in a permanent relating experience with your twin. That's the reality. We want you knowing how to work with the energy. So some of the truths may be hard for you guys to hear, but I promise you guys, start implementing them and watch how the magic of this energetic connection starts shifting for you. So today, what we are going to talk about, how to balance through the fear of going through separation again, because that's a really big fear for many divine feminines. Once their person magnetizes back in, it's like, uh-oh, what do I do if I push again? What do I do if they start ghosting me again? What do I do? And the energy just goes crazy. So we're here in this video and we want to talk about it. We want to get deep with you guys, and we want to share some soul love energy with you. And without further ado, here's the video. We are here with a question from one of your soul fam. Will really, really benefit a lot of you guys, because what is about to be discussed is very, very, very common when people start learning how to balance their people in. So we have talked in the past about sort of the different phases of this connection, energetically speaking. And this beautiful soul who was balancing her person in asked about feeling like she's going back into separation. So let me sort of back up and explain. When someone starts balancing their person in, what's very common is to take that intention and that focus and that self-love that you have been feeling so good in. This energy of self-love is this sort of stepping stone into this new energy that brings in your person, that draws in your person. But what happens is, as soon as you start balancing them back in, the mind wants to make everything about your person. And so what happens is your person pulls, and it's like you're left back in the beginning of separation, where, like, right after the stages of dark night, right? And this beautiful soul who feels like she's in this space of separation again and feels like her person's never going to come back. And now the mind's kicking off, and it is creating all kinds of stories around why he won't come back, all these preferences, all these expectations, and all these judgments. And like I said, this is super, super, super common. And it's probably one of the hardest parts about balancing your person back in when they come in, because the mind still wants to make this like a soulmate connection. It doesn't really get the energy that you're supposed to be aligned with this present moment, because remember, the mind is past and future. It resides in stories. So to be present and to be without judgment, without stories, the mind can't exist. So the mind fights, and the mind fights by creating these stories, by creating these narratives, by creating these fears. And so, Joanne, let's sort of get started on how you go from balancing, watching your person pull, and now back into that separation energy again. And how do you get back into that space where you can be magnetic to your person, where you don't live and are ruled by these fears of mind? The mind is afraid that the separation stage has dawned upon it again, and is very anxious, thinking he is done with me and is moving on with the new life he has. And he's going to live happily ever after. And that is why he's not coming to me anymore. The mind is feeling defeated, betrayed, victimized, angry, and pissed off. The mind feels like it's ultimate failure, and this journey is not fair if he can get married to someone else while I was waiting for him for all these years. What's the point of all the pain, suffering, signs, and synchronicities for all these years then? It says that all of our friends are getting married and he too will get married soon, and he won't wait for you since your energy is not in that place for a permanent relating experience yet. Can I reach that unity consciousness when mind is gushing out all these push energies?
So the only way to shift out of separation consciousness is to be in unity consciousness. So when you reach unity consciousness, all of you beautiful souls, that state doesn't involve your person. I'm going to repeat it again because I know it's deep. When you reach unity consciousness, you are not focused on your person. You are one with everything. You're one with God, the universe, your soul, every single freaking bird on the sky, every cloud that's passing you, every tree, every ant that crawl on you. You're aligning with everything. You are aligning with all. That is unity consciousness. That does not separate your person, identifies your person, separates them out for you, creates a story for you. Unity consciousness does not include just your person. In fact, separating your person out of this whole oneness that your soul is giving you is separation consciousness. So how do you get out of the separation phase? How do you get out of this phase where your person cannot be in your space? The only way to get out of that phase is for you to be in the phase of unity consciousness with your soul by being soul for the sake of being in soul. There's no stories. There's no details of the stories. There's no trying to figure out a future with your person, trying to understand the past, trying to make something of what already is, right? Because your person is you and you are already married. So whatever's happening in the 3D, whatever details are going on, is irrelevant to the oneness and union that is. So to tell someone to get out of separation is to tell them to get into the oneness of their soul, to reach unity consciousness, to reach your union from within. You are now uniting with the part of you that is one with all. And that part of you that is one with all is your soul, my love. It's very common for people in this journey, and I included, I'll raise my hand, to make this journey about our people because they are amazing. They're us. Our energy is intoxifying. We love being near our energy. That's why when we get a contact from our people, every part of our being like lights up. That's why when they're in our space, all we want to do is be around them. That's why when you're interacting with your person, when you are together, when you're intimate, when you are laughing, whatever, it doesn't even matter what you're doing next to your person. It's magnified times a million. So of course, we want to separate our person out because our person is this one thing that brings us all of these experiences that we've never experienced with anyone else. Well, that's because our person is us. And all of the experiences that we think is from our people is actually us giving that to ourselves. When we recognize the soul that we are, our people are there and they don't pull. When we recognize that this journey is about us, and this is a journey of our soul, and this is our ascension to get deeper in soul, our people do not pull. They are next to us. They're contacting us. They want to be in our space. They're asking what you're doing today, tomorrow, the next day. They want to know everything about you. And then right when that moment happens, we put the magnifying glass back on our person, and we see them separate again. This is my person. This is what they do. This is what they should do. This is what I need them to do. This is what it's going to look like when we're together. And then your person pulls because you're not seeing them the way that they were created for you. Your soul was created for you to be soul. And then you see them separate and you're right back into mind. Stop trying to label everything. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to this connection. Don't figure out what are we on right now. Stop trying to figure out where you're at with your person and just start being really intimate with how you are with yourself. Where is my energy now? Where am I at now? Am I in mind? Am I in soul? Am I present with my experiences? Or am I in the stories? Am I feeling every moment, using my senses, breathing in the now? Or am I stuck in my head and unable to be present, to see and feel and touch the moment that's unfolding in front of me? We know the answer every time. You can hear this video and be like, yep, I was in mine. Sorry, loves, I was in mine, I admit it. Or you could be like, heck yeah, I'm in soul. Or you can be like, you know what, I was starting to be in mine and you put me right back into soul, Joe and Elizabeth. Thank you. That's why I'm in this channel. That's why I'm listening to your freaking videos, because I forget I get in mine sometimes and I start pushing again. This is a conscious effort, right? This is a conscious experience. You being consciousness, being the soul that you are, it takes a lot of work to stay conscious because we were conditioned to be in mind. We're conditioned to see the other in everyone, in anything. As soon as you see someone else, you already see them separate, especially our people. Our people is seen separate. Like as soon as we wake up, our mind goes straight to them and sees them separate. There was a whole quote that I heard, and I get these downloads, like crazy downloads. And I got it like how Elizabeth told me. You freak me out sometimes when you get these downloads, love. And I guess I'm like, I want downloads like that. Well, one morning, we had a call with one of our beautiful soul family, and she was in separation consciousness. She recognized she was in separation consciousness. And in the call, she had some shifts, like really deep shifts. And in the call, she didn't realize that she was pushing the whole time and she was in mind, and she had a really big leak that she was keeping, right? And it came to me, how is it that we can be in separation consciousness and be in mind and pushing for a while and not realize that we're in that state? And the download that I got when I was just woke up, I got it exactly the same way Elizabeth says. And I, like I told you guys, when I hear her get those downloads, I'm like, ooh, soul doesn't talk to me like that. One day, soul will talk to me like that. And I woke up and I heard this like whisper ever so gently. It's like my highest self talking to me. And it was like, don't look for your person, be your person. That was the download that I got for this beautiful soul. And all beautiful souls that are experiencing what I just explained, what we're going over here. How can I shift out of separation consciousness? How can I shift out of the story? How can I shift from pushing from my person, keeping them away from me, to drawing them back in? Well, that's the shift. The shift is stop looking for your person. When you wake up in the morning, stop looking for them like they're separate from you. Stop looking at your phone. Stop looking at your social media. Stop trying to figure out your person. Are they going to be with this person, or what's going on with them? Are they working today, right? What's going on with what they're doing, thinking, and feeling?
So that pertains absolutely while you're in the separation in the physical, right? But it also really pertains when you're balancing in the physical. And I want to share something with you guys that I think is really relevant to this discussion and this topic, what you were just talking about, Joanne, right before your download about, so is it when you're saying you don't even realize what you're doing and what you're thinking about, and you just sort of become the mind, you become the thought. So I moved this past weekend, and the move was really really exhausting, like really tiring. My person and I did it all together, and it was like 3 days of nonstop, 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. And it was just brutal. Anyways, this morning, we have literally half of our driveway is full of bins and boxes that need to be put away, and they're outside, and they've been outside now for almost 2 days. And my mind got really upset with him because normally as soon as we move in, he will start putting together his office, and he also puts together like the beds and the furniture and stuff like that. But usually when we've moved, I'm the one who has to unpack all the kitchen, all the bathrooms, all the children's rooms, all of our rooms, everything, right? And he doesn't. So my mind got really irritated, and I ended up, which I don't normally do, I ended up telling him, like, you know, I don't want to be a jerk, but like, I need help. I need help unpacking, and then he pull. And so I was trying to ask myself, and I was trying to sit with myself, because now, why is he pulling?
Yes, for need.
Yes. I was realizing it. I'm not just angry. And when you're angry, you go within. Well, that's the thing. I didn't go within. I spewed it out on him. I went into desire. I went into, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. And suddenly when I became conscious of what I was pushing, how I was pushing, because I knew, and then it was like watching him pull, I was like, hold on. And that's what our people do. They are a reminder and a reflection of where our energy is at. And here I thought I was in anger, and I wasn't in anger, I was in desire. I was way lower on the scale of consciousness than I thought I was. And as soon as I became aware and conscious, it was like, holy crap, I need nothing. What about my mantra? Elizabeth, what about your mantra? You need nothing. Undo all of the loads yourself. Unpack everything. And when I sat with that for a few moments, I was able to say, and I told myself, I don't need to apologize. I don't need to do anything. All I need to do is find a place of neutrality again and find my way to peace. And it took me about 10 minutes from the moment he and I started arguing, the moment that I was able to balance back into neutrality and become conscious and aware. And as soon as I was, everything was fine again. And I'm telling you guys, this is how we watch the energy. And this is how we can share these tips with you guys so that when you are in certain situations, hopefully we can save you some of the heartache and headache of the pain we've already gone through. So you've got to be able to be conscious of where your energy is at. Like I said, I thought I was in anger. Nope, I was in desire. Feel into what the mind is thinking it needs or wants, and it'll start telling you where it's at based on that. And then once you know where you're at, you can raise yourself back up to neutrality. You could be intentional. You could be focused. And when I did that, like I said, my person immediately back, there's no discussions. It's not like we went back and rehashed why I was irritated or why he got irritated with me and why we were fighting. We didn't do that. Why? Because that's the past. We started being present with each other from the moment I was present. There was no more mind involved. And once that happened, everything was fine. Everything was smooth. And that's where you guys are learning. And that's when we say balancing is the big league, because balancing isn't going and saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. That's mine. Balancing is, I'm going to become present. I'm going to become neutral, and I'm going to release the duality that my mind just saw, which was, I need something. It was good. It was bad. He didn't help me unpack. He did it. And then it was so crazy is a couple hours later, he just put our table together, our dining room table. And it was like, okay, the mind totally forgot that he does all of that crappy stuff that I don't do. I don't take apart tables. I don't take apart beds. I don't put them back together. Here I was complaining in the mind about having to unpack all of the food items and the pantry items and the pots and the pans and all of the laundry. But I wasn't thinking about all the stuff he does. I wasn't becoming him, like you just said, Joanne. I was looking at us separate, and I was looking at what I do, instead of becoming him, becoming one. It's not a competition. We are one. We are one. I need you for nothing. I need you for nothing. And when you need for nothing, everything will start getting done for you through soul. As soon as I went back to neutrality, he started doing stuff around the house that I didn't have to ask him to do. It was just done. You don't need anything from your twin flame. You need to focus and bring the attention always back to you?
It's because you are your twin flame. So whatever it is the mind is seeking, wanting, needing from your person are all the same things that you can do for yourself. And so when we look to them separate, we're creating that separation consciousness. Cool, right? Cool. You guys heard Elizabeth's story. Cool, right? She's like trying to be a badass, but is saying, I need you to do all this. I need you for nothing. I need nothing from you because you are me. When you are looking to your person separately, instead of being your person, being, right? Because when you went back into your soul, because your person is your soul, your person's right there doing all the same things that you would have wanted him to do without even asking. We don't need to ask our people for anything. They do it because they are you. When you forget who you are, they can't be in our space. They don't want to be in our space. Who wants to be in the energy of pain? Who wants to be in the energy of fear? Even just saying it out loud makes me pull for myself. I don't want to be with myself when I'm mind and thinking all these things that I need him to do. It's a very low vibrational fear-based energy that's hard to get out of. And it's crazy, right? Separation consciousness, that separation state, it's like a cycle of mind, push. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And then the whole question alone of trying to get out of it is keeping yourself in it because you're coming up with more story. When being your twin flame, being your person, right? Looking as your person. Seriously, look through your soul, not look for your soul. Don't look for your person separate from you, my love. Look through the one shared soul that you both are. When you look through your soul, you're not looking for your person anymore because you become your person. You are your person. There is no separation. Nothing separates that one shared soul. Everything else that you're seeking in the external is separation consciousness. Be in your oneness. And when you're in your oneness, your soul shows you how you are being. And it's really hard. It's hard to balance your person. It's hard to get out of separation consciousness when you're not in union. Everything interacting with our people makes us see them separate. We want our people to be next to us all day, every day. And then as soon as they talk to us, as soon as we hear from them, as soon as they are in our space, we're automatically putting them as priority. This is that one only connection where you're being asked. It's actually really, really cool if you think about it, love. This is that one time ever where you don't have to worry about the other person, right? Soulmates, everyone else, friends, family, whoever you're interacting with, you're being asked to put the priority and focus on that other person. They actually want you to think about them and worry about them and figure them out. This is that one time where you're being asked to focus on you, to make
Joanne,
you
you made me realize. So I was talking to these people, right? And these people are sort of like on the dating scene. And one of the people were telling me how they will keep like going on to a new dating site, like not a new dating site. They'll keep searching for a person that gives them attention the way they need it every day. And I was like listening to these people and I was like, wow, how far we've come from the soulmate template into this. Because when I hear that thought is like, it's like, like, right. It automatically doesn't resonate. Like,
no,
you're in this place now.
It's so much external validation.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes.
That
And it's like,
resonate. Yeah.
No, it is like, and I want to tell them so badly, like, the fact that you need someone to give you attention, that means something's wrong with you. And they would never want to hear that. And they're so asleep that it's pointless. But that's what this journey has done for us. It has allowed us to be in this place where we stop looking externally for someone to do and make us feel a certain way. And we learn we make us feel that way. We give ourselves the love that we used to go, externally, go outside of ourselves to try to find. And it was always like empty, right? It was never enough. And now we go within and it feels enough. It feels enough because we like have this tap. Joanne, when you and I first started working together, you were telling me like, you're tapped into this unlimited supply of God source energy, and it will always fill you. And you will notice that when you're filling into this vibration, you're never tired. You never need anything. Like the source energy of God is all you need to replenish you and make you feel amazing. And when you could do that and sit with that, the thought of, I need someone to give me attention. What?
Yeah.
No, that's mind. You're in mind right now. And so hearing that is like, man, I wish I could wave this magic wand onto all these beautiful asleep souls and be like, you give you do you, and watch how amazing it feels.
It's unlimited. When you said that, I automatically realized they're not a twin flame. Whoever is wanting attention externally, them work within themselves the way our journey does. Like, because we're not trying to get attention from just anyone. We're trying to get the attention of our soul, our twin flame. We didn't know that. We're trying to get our energy from our people. And so because of this awakening, I'm now, me and you, all twin flames, are being forced to work within themselves.
And it's just this extension of learning how to love unconditionally, right? And I wrote my download down the other day, and I read it to you yesterday, Joanne, because it was so profound to me. It's like, and it was off the same topic. These people who are dating, right, in these soulmate connections, they're okay with starting with a person. They feel these romantic feelings. They really like this person. And then it all comes down to conditions. As soon as those conditions are not met within, suddenly it's like, you're not satisfying me, and I'm okay moving on to another person who will satisfy me for a little bit. And that's why there's all these relationships that start and stop and start and stop and, go on to the next one. And then you have your twin flame and it's like, I can't go on to the next one. No. What is going on? What is going on? And then you realize, well, you can't go on to the next one because you're now learning how to love unconditionally. And that's why our people, like, literally, it feels like they can do anything and we'll still love them, right? Because that's what unconditional love is. The only thing we have to remind the mind is you can't have judgment, preferences, and expectations. You just have to be love. You are love. And that's why the whole conditions with another person, with a soulmate, with another family member, a friend, it doesn't resonate anymore because we're learning how to be unconditional. And unless someone can treat us with that same unconditional, that doesn't feel right either. So that's why friendships, and this is why this connection becomes so lonely and so isolating, is because your friends have learned how to interact with you only through conditions. And when you're learning how to be in unconditional, and that's a really big thing in this journey, a big lesson in this journey, the conditions don't feel right anymore. They feel like shackles. Like, you want to tell me what, you want me to do what, and I don't want to. Right?
Yeah. There's nobody that can ever understand being what a twin flame is, right? Because the inner work that it requires to fill this void inside, because going from one person to another person, which is what, essentially these soulmates are doing, you're not fulfilling my needs. You're not good enough for me. You don't want to work with me on what you need to be with me. Next. And so they're okay not working in themselves. That's what soulmate connections do. They don't require the inner work the way a twin flame does, because your twin flame is you, and your twin flame is all you want. It's not like you want anybody else. You're willing to do the inner work.
Even more than that, even more than just applying to this journey, let's take this on a much more macro level. So I want to sort of share this because I already shared with you guys that we're moving. Well, my person's sister helped us for a few hours on Saturday, and I'm telling you, this move was overwhelming to say the least. And it was daunting. And she called us the next day on Sunday, and she was like crying, and I felt so bad for her, but she was crying because she felt bad for us that no one was helping us. And she's like, I have plans today, but I can change them. I just feel so bad that you guys are doing this all by yourself. And what she will never realize, and I was trying to assure her, we're fine, was that the people pleasing aspect in so many of us who feel like just like my person's sister, who's such a beautiful soul, such a selfless person, but she's so selfless in the way that she denies herself joy by worrying about everybody else. And I wanted to tell her so badly, like, I wanted the awakened part of her that is not awakened to be able to see, like, you already did so much for us. We need nothing from you. And instead, it was like she felt so much guilt for us going through this. And it wasn't her guilt to feel. It wasn't her pain to feel. And when we're asleep, we're doing that over and over. Can you imagine living life that way again? Whereas, like, I have to do to make everybody else's life better. No, I'm just going to focus on me now.
I think it still gives someone external validation to feel like I have to do this for others so that I can feel valued.
So that I can be worthy. So I can be worthy. I'm not worthy unless I'm doing. And so she, like, when she was young, helped raise her siblings. She had a lot of younger siblings, and that was her role. It was to be like sort of the pseudo mom while their mom worked the night shift. So it's very understandable why her mind was conditioned to that. But it's like now in all of her relationships, unless she's doing for others, she feels like it's not enough. And I wanted to so badly tell her, enjoy your time out with your friends, go have some wine, go drink, go eat amazing food, and don't worry about anything except that present moment. Like, don't think about us, was basically what. And I couldn't get to that. I couldn't get through that to her.
We learned also to be unconditional. Our love for others are unconditional too, because we don't need, like your sister-in-law, you don't need her to do anything for you to love her.
No.
You don't need to do anything for me to love you. I love you for being who you are. I think that's what we've learned in this journey, is to really provide unconditional love to everyone, to everything. That the doing does not value your worthiness, right? You don't have to do a thing for me. I still love you for who you are. And so not only do we no longer have to people please for others, but we no longer need others to do for us to value their love.
I love how this can get so transformative, right? We start talking about twin flames, we go into the journey, and then we go into really big, really huge life lessons of how to love ourselves. And that's what soul is. That's what finding soul is. That's what this awakening is. And I'm so grateful to be able to share this with you, Joanne, in all these conversations we have.
I know. And I want to bring this question back to this beautiful soul that asked the question. Your journey is bigger than the 3D. These questions you're asking, my love, cannot touch the beautiful awakening, the soul's journey, the journey of love with self. It's like you're missing the big picture. You're looking at the 3D, you're looking at the dynamics of figuring out what this journey really is, when this journey is really about you. It's about you, your soul, and your awakening. And your soul will never, ever, ever be able to find you in anyone else. Ever. I wish them the F luck. And once you can identify finding your person in you now without looking for them, right? We shared this to you guys in the beginning, and we're going to repeat it again. Stop looking for your twin flame. Start being your twin flame. Start being soul. Start being soul and being enough as soul. You'll find that nothing in the story ever matters anymore. The 3D starts to change around you. When you recognize your soul, your person's not going to want to be with anyone else. Why would they want to be with anyone else? You guys know how quickly the energy shifts to you. And your person is going to crave that one shared soul energy when you embody it. The journey changes through all of you. All of you. The journey changes through you finding you. Stop looking for your person and start being your person. Start being soul. Start feeling into what it feels to be in that inner union. Like the union of soul, my alignment with soul is so much bigger than my person. Because the lessons behind it isn't even about my person anymore. Elizabeth, that freaking huge epiphany of like, we learned unconditional love through our people and everyone else. Dang, that's amazing. To learn and recognize that our people was the catalyst to allow us to be whole and complete on our own. Man, that's the icing on the cake. I'll be a twin flame again just so I could have that wholeness from within. Seriously, love. I hope you guys can hear this video because this video has so many freaking shifts. I hope like you guys are going within. But that's the biggest one. When I heard your story about the dating scene and looking for externals to feel whole, I automatically realized that person is not a twin flame, because if they were a twin flame, they would have had to find their wholeness from within, because they're not looking for anyone else. They see their person and they don't want anyone else. They need to recognize, why is this person allowing me to change and have the spiritual awakening from within, to recognize I'm whole, to recognize I'm the creator, to recognize I'm soul. That's where you stop chasing anyone else. You're no longer chasing your person and you're no longer chasing anyone else, because you're giving yourself the wholeness that you are. That's this journey. This journey has given me the spiritual awakening of being the soul that I am and me being enough. My person is like a little itty bitty like cake on the side, right? He's like a little icing on the cake. But everything else on this journey is me. It's me. It's me being awakened. When we were talking to this beautiful soul yesterday, she was like, I just stopped worrying about the journey and I start trying to manifest abundance for myself. And then she starts running into her person, right? Stop trying to figure out your person. Your person will gravitate to you when you start gravitating to the true you as soul. That's the lessons of this journey. That's the beauty of this journey. Is the journey is about you being you. And everything else works around you, my loves. Everything works around you. Your person will never leave your side when you no longer leave your side. Don't leave your side.
Joanne, and like to say, I want to repeat that. Like when my person was really angry with me today, was really ticked off, as soon as I came back to presence, he was back. That's why we tell you guys all the time, like, stop worrying about pushing, worry about alignment. Because what did I say that I did as soon as I realized that I was in desire? How do I come back to neutrality? How do I get back to neutrality? I didn't worry about how am I going to make my person feel better? How am I going to fix this with my person? No, I went back to, how do I raise my vibration out of this place of desire and go back into neutrality? And poof, it's back. I didn't have to focus on him. I focused on me, and it erased all of the fear-based energies.
That's the fastest way to get out of separation consciousness, is to just focus on you and realign. Get back into soul. Where's your energy at now? Because we already told you, and it doesn't matter how much you pushed 2 seconds ago. Where's your alignment in that second, right when you realize you're in mind? And that's what matters. This moment here, that's what matters. That is where you are most powerful. Right here, right now, in this moment is the most powerful. That's why we always ask, where is your energy? That's why we always ask, where was your alignment? When your person is pushing or pulling or in your space, where's your energy? And every single time when the client says the person comes back in, their person is texting them, their person wants them, they're in alignment. They're focusing on them. They're not worried about their person. They actually don't care if they see their person again. And then their person keeps contacting them. And then let's go back to the one that really wants their person, looking for their person, seeking for their person, checking their phone every 5 minutes for their person. Where is their person? Nowhere around, because that's separation consciousness. The difference between both is one is focused on themselves as soul, and the other one is looking at their person separate, not their soul. I'm seeing them separate from me. That is my twin flame. He's over there, and this is what he's doing, he's thinking, he's feeling. Versus the other one is, I am my twin flame, and I'm focused on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, I'm feeling, and I'm going to be my twin flame, which is be soul. I am going to be the soul that I am. Man, this video was deep. It was so freaking deep. I think we need to like unravel it all in just moments of listening, because I feel like you guys got so many downloads just from this one video. We love you guys so much. We hope you all have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.